Brothers, super fired up for this. We're going to be doing a film room here on Mr. Football 88 versus Velas Jones. This is the Madden 25 MCS Zero Chill Tournament, and this is a semifinal matchup. Now, Mr. Football 88 comes into this tournament, obviously the clear favorite, specifically in this game, and he's going to be matched up against Velas Jones. Velas Jones, this is his first live event that we've seen, and he is actually running a very off-meta offense. We're going to be talking about that as we go through this game. This is during Zero Chill, where there's a lot. This is probably, honestly, in my opinion, the best state of Madden 25. This is when Madden 25 was at its best. This was where you were able to get the abilities necessary for the game to play a little bit better, but it wasn't so many crazy abilities, or maybe just, I don't know what the right word would be here, but just odd, obscure abilities that it made the game like super arcadey. So, anywho, Velas Jones is going to be running an off-meta offense, and he is going to be getting the ball first. He is going to be running pistol bunch tight end. Pistol bunch tight end is an offense that you've seen kind of sprinkled in throughout the competitive community over the last couple of years, but it's really never been super mainstream. But in this year's Madden, there's been two players make live events running this offense, one of them being Velas, obviously, and one of them being Clamp Season, I believe, in the beginning of the year. This offense is super high-powered, and I want to quickly break down some of the core components of this offense. First and foremost, you have halfback zone. The halfback zone is a really good run against Dollar because you're going to get double teams on basically the three defensive linemen here, and you're going to get better blocking. It's hard to shoot this run. The other run that they have in their arsenal is halfback counter, where you could run either way, and that is going to be able to pull guards to be able to make it harder to shoot as well. Another thing you're going to notice is Velas is going to run a lot of short side bunch. The reason why is for some of the main passing plays in this formation. One of the main passing plays in this formation is this verticals play, where you're going to basically get a kind of a 4 vertical or 3 vertical concept, and you've got this throw right here to this kind of like inverted wheel. You have this drag as kind of a check down, and then the user oftentimes is going to have to user this route right here. So that is one of the main passing plays you're going to see. Another passing play that you will see from Velas is kind of more of a horizontal pass, where you're going to get a flat zig combination with a, maybe something over the middle of the field. So those are some of the mainstay plays. 88 is going to be in Dollar, and he is going to be running primarily the crossfire blitz at this point in the year. This was played before we saw a ton of the engage defense, but in general, you're going to see a lot of loop. You're going to see he's going to move this guy over. He's going to basically have a crossfire loop out of a cover 4 base shell, and you're seeing Velas just basically hammer him with this halfback zone approach because it is such a good run against the Dollar defense. So as this game kind of goes on, some of the theory behind what you're going to see 88 do is obviously he's going to now go to 6-1, trying to limit the run game, and you're going to see some of Velas's main passing plays here. You're going to see right here, this is one of his main reads. It is a 5-yard out route. Why does he use a 5-yard out route? Couple reasons. Number one, because this is a much easier route to be thrown as opposed to a flat route. It can beat man-to-man if you have like a short and elite on him, which I believe he does. This can get open against man, and it's also able to attack the flat. One of the real big keys to passing in Madden every single year is to have routes that are able to beat man coverage and zone coverage within the same route itself. And you're going to see that with this zig route right here. The zig route is going to cook man coverage, and it's also going to be able to be thrown kind of in this little pocket right here if there is no yellow zone on this left-hand side. Velas is also going to be using this little short out route here, because if Mr. Football is going to run a cover 0 type of blitz, which he could very potentially do, then you have this little out route that's going to get open. And then if he does run cover 0, he also has a clear out streak, which can be lobbed over the top against cover 0 coverage. And one of the other real beauties of pistol bunch tight end is the fact that the running back is directly behind the quarterback, and that means he's going to block blitzes significantly better than he will in a shotgun type of set. So let's go ahead and take a look at some of the things that you're going to see here. In an early big down, we get a hard flat here, inside quarter, and then take a look on this left side. Obviously, he's looking at this first. He sees, okay, that's a quarter. That's already dead. immediately his eyes are going to go over here, and he sees that this guy is backing up. So the ball should be going to this out route here, and we will see if that's what happens as we kind of let this go. As you see, the flat is starting to take this, and his protection holds up. So he's now going to just be able to be patient and take this zig right in the soft spot of the defense. As you see, he throws it right there, possession catch, and he gets his first down from through the air in that situation. So a lot of things that unfold in a Madden game you are going to learn about within the first drive of the game. The first drive of the game in any comp Madden game is really where you're going to kind of showcase your base scheme, your money plays, your base adjustments. Those are what's going to be shown in the first 1 to 2 drives of any game. As you see here, he goes to verticals. He's actually going to stem down this corner. Now, the reason he's going to stem down this corner is because this stem down corner will get over a hard flat, because remember, 88's adjustments on this side was quarter, and this guy was in a hard flat to take away the out route. So now what Vilas is doing is he's got a corner route that will get over the top of a hard flat, but 88 has a cloud flat that will be able to take that. So that's going to be a little bit of the back and forth over there. And this is the first time we see that play that I was talking about, verticals, where we're looking for the seam wheel. And then he also has this running back on a little blue route over on the outside there as kind of a late check down. So here we see 88 is going to send 1, 2, 3, 4, I believe. And then basically you're getting what I just said with the cover 4. You're getting quarter, flat zone. It looks like this is a running back man up here, I would think. And then over here on the right side, you're getting the cloud now from the outside player. As you see, he's defending the tight end well. 88 switch sticks to take away this crosser. And so, and then you're seeing this almost like a match quarter on that left side, able to take away that seam wheel. Really nice defense from 88. And this is the back and forth. The two main passing plays you're going to see from Vilas throughout this game were the two plays that I just showed you. And it's because one of them is going to do a good job attacking vertically down the field. The other one's going to do a good job of attacking horizontally. Now, another thing that he's going to do is this version of verticals where he has a running back on a drag out of the backfield, kind of able to attack kind of that underneath on the right side of the field in kind of a unique position. Every offense in Madden has to be able to attack the entirety of the field, and you're seeing Vilas do a really good job in an off-meta offense, an offense that you don't see all the time, able to attack every single part of the field in kind of different ways than you would see. A motion out running back on a drag. We don't really see that route, right? Then he can also, if he wants to, put that running back on a speed out. Another little component that we're going to see throughout this game is Vilas is running his bunch to the left the majority of the time. So he has short side combos and wide side combos based on that. And there you see again here, just take a look at this. This is verticals, but he now goes with 2 seam streaks. He's got this seam or this little wheel, and then now he pops that zig kind of right in that yellow zone area because 88's been running a lot of cover 4. You see, able to hit it. 88 tries to switch it. Step too late. One of the biggest keys with passing against switch stick is you have to throw on time. If you throw on time, you're going to be in a lot better position against switch stick. Obviously, if you are a step behind, then typically the switch stick is able to get the player into position and they can potentially make an interception. So that's a really, really nice kind of example of that on that little flat pattern or that zig. And so you see here, there's flat zig. And then here, this is really important. Take a look at this. So now 88 goes back to this this double safety dollar, right? And on this double safety dollar, you have this guy backed off about 10 yards. So watch what happens here with this. You see, Vilas puts an out route. Again, very simple little play here. This is not a complex play. The fact that the running back is on a blue route here is wild to me. But anyways, what you see here on this right side, take a look. You're seeing a man up from this guy onto the tight end, and that out route wins. That out route consistently beats that man up, and you're seeing now him start to attack kind of that area of the field. These are simple routes, guys. These are 5-yard in routes, and Vilas is just peppering little pockets and little spots on the field that you really just, you don't expect out of a formation like this. Right side flat route and a bunch tight end pistol is just not something you really get much. So anyway, kind of love that little 5-yard out route, little basic, real simple play. but really, really effective against what 88's doing. Obviously, if he just hard flats, he stops it, right? But then that opens up the corner route, things of that nature. Here we're going to see a Wildcat call, hit it to Pollard, and got about maybe half a yard. It appears to me that Vilas is going to be in this Wildcat primarily in the red zone, and he is going to let this clock go to the end of the first quarter. That's going to bring him a 2nd and 10. He's still in that Wildcat formation. Kind of interesting to me. Not sure why. Also not sure why 88's in dollar. Probably because he's concerned about the jet sweep aspect. But now we're going to see empty tray. These are formations you really don't see much. This empty tray is like the only person you see run this at a high level is Sieve, something like this. Or there was this other guy. I don't know if he still plays, man. Wimberly boy. I remember playing him back in the day. He was pretty good at this formation too. But here's the combo. And these are just really odd. Like, this is an MCS game, and you just don't see this. But you get this slant flat on both sides, and you have this clear out streak here. So you have a quarter. You're basically getting high lows. If he's in cover 4, which is what Vilas is expecting, cover 4, then you can kind of pepper these little spots with that flat slant combo. So we'll see here. Take a look at the coverage. And we get a send 4 from 88. And this is what you normally see in an MCS defense. You get this cover. This is cover 2. But instead of the deep halves, these are quarters because they will take away the seam streak with the user kind of hovering here. And then you have these vertical hooks that will take away the slant. So this is just kind of a dead play from the beginning. And Vilas makes the right read. He checks down to this flat. The nice thing about the slant is it pulls that cloud in just a little bit, and he's able to actually get some positive yardage, but really not, okay, 4 yards, good defense from 88. Pretty decent first drive showing from Vilas, and he is going to go for this, it appears. Normally, you would probably take your 3 here, but obviously this is Vilas's first live event and playing, a player that's been in a lot of them and, trying to attack here. Throws right at his user, pick. And I just hate this play call. Like, 88 runs the same coverage. Look at this. Quarter, vert hook, cloud flat. Now he loops this way. I mean, this is just straight up. I think he actually, maybe, I don't know what he did over here. But he middle thirds. Anyway, bottom line is the vert hooks are all over the place. The throw really should be here if you're going to throw it. He users the tight end. It's just, he didn't really change the coverage up that much. And Vilas effectively ran the same play. Didn't love that. Didn't love that at all. So 88 gets his stop on the first drive. He was able... one of the big keys, guys, to defense, I'm telling you, just the more that I study the game and the more that I try to learn, that I try to hopefully help share on the channel here, defense is all about red zone. Getting stops inside that 15-5, and then putting you in positions where defense is trying to think how to make the most of this wording here. It's what it comes down to is you're probably not going to stop somebody, especially on next gen Madden, right? You're probably not going to get a stop on kind of that 20-20 offense, right? Those mainstays. Where you're normally going to get stops is for one of 2 reasons. The only way you're going to get a stop from the 20-20 is if somebody makes a mistake. Normally, that's how the games are going to go. At the highest level, when you're playing people that know as much as you know, it's normally going to be they got to stop because you missed a read, you made a mistake, you threw a bad pass. Okay? And that obviously requires you to play good defense too. I'm not saying play bad defense. But where you have your best chance at a stop is really that 15 to 5 yard range, that red zone area of the field where you can use the end zone as an extra defender. And so it's important to structure your defense in a way that does not give up the big play and forces them to have to score in that area of the field. That, to me, from what we've learned from this year's game and really what we've seen over the last several years on Next Gen Madden, that is ultimately where stops are going to be had for the most part. So anyway, Vilas is going to be in 6-1 here and running the shift over defense, looping the D tackle. There's a nice smash return setup from 88. Gets up to about midfield. And 88 is going to be in Lions. Now, 88's a huge believer in, there's Ronald Reagan, Vilas' father. There you go. I did not understand this on the on the broadcast at all. I did not understand that, but there you go. Anyway, he's gonna be running a lot of bunch X nasty, which is really not something you see a lot anymore. See it a little bit. Little running back streak. And here's the interesting thing. So let me just back this up. I just want to break this down real quick. I thought this was really interesting. So again, Vilas is in an off-meta offense. At this time of the year, 88's in kind of a meta offense. The Lions pretty much know you're going to get a wide side bunch or you're going to go to trips. The interesting thing to me is the route combo Vilas was using was this. Out of pistol bunch, right? Where was he attacking? Primarily, he was attacking here in this little box, in this little zone, in the left side hook, right? Because the meta coverage is cover 4, where you have these two flat defenders. And if you think about it, really the best place to attack in a cover 4 shell is really anywhere in this box right here, okay? Now take a look at what 88 does with his route combo here out of Bunch X Nasty, which is a meta formation. He goes wheel, running back, streak, curl, and then a clear out. I don't know why he's really doing that. Anywho, where is he attacking with this route combo? Right side flat, right side hook, left side hook. Pretty much the same. He's attacking the same spaces as Vilas. He's just using different routes to do so. And a different formation to do so. So, super important to be able to, with whatever offense you run, to be able to attack the entirety of the field. Here, 88 goes to like an audible down type look, running some stretch here. Going to try to pop a stretch with Pollard. Gets about 5. Get that 3. I thought that looked like 5. Why does he do that? Another little key component in these top level games is clock management. There's literally so much about Madden that has nothing to do with your, like, that is like, I'm trying to think of word. Like, there's so much about Madden that has nothing to do with, like, how the game plays this year. That's a nice throw from that wheel. Take a look at this wheel route. He reads it to quarter. This quarter is kind of, I don't know. That might be a soft squat. That's kind of a tight throw. Because you see how he's kind of reacting to this ball. 88 makes a real tight throw. And this was when... The other reason why the game played I thought the best at this time is because you had Baker Mayfield at quarterback. And the beauty of having Baker Mayfield at quarterback is he has the best release in the game. He can just make those, he just has that nice sharp release, able to get the ball out quick and put the ball in really nice positions. But again, the biggest factor here is the clock. 88's going to take this down to the 2-minute. You should never not take that down to the 2-minute. But, like, think about it. There's things like, one of the biggest things every single year is clock management, specifically the last 2 minutes of the second quarter, basically the last 2 minutes of both sides. Those are so critical. You have to be able to manage the clock. That's why he tries to go down right there. If you look at this real quick with me, you'll see right here. Watch. See how he stops? Right here, he's trying to get tackled. Because if he gets second in inches, then he can start to take even more of Vilas' timeouts. He's not able to do so here, and this forces a red zone possession for 88, right? So he is gonna take as much clock as possible, but he's not gonna be able to take the whole clock. The reason that taking the clock is so important when you get down in these 2-minute situations is because you can use the end of half as a way to get an extra stop on defense. That's what you'll see 88 do, and you'll see it in any good game. Clock management is so critical. And here 88 takes a timeout, didn't like the look. And Vilas pretty much in 6-1 all day. 88 going to go down into the stretch, not going to go to the blast. strong Y off close. I don't know if I've ever seen this formation ran in a competitive game until this day. It's just not something you see. But these guys, one of the really cool things that they'll do in their preparation is if they know, okay, I'm pretty much anticipating the main red zone defense being 6-1, I'm gonna have 3 to 5 plays that I've labbed and runs that I've tested against the main way people want to run 6-1, which is why he goes to this RPO zone read. Take a look at this real quick. He goes to this RPO zone read out of this formation, and you see that this is the R defender on this linebacker. When you have an RPO zone read, it means that the game is telling you that his responsibility is to stand right here and either play the read option or he's going to blitz in and play the running back. What that means is 88, now the read is really here, and he's just saying, can I throw this out here? So at the snap of the ball, watch what 88 sees here. Just slow it down a little bit. You see how that safety backs up. 88 knows he has a 2-on-1 to CD Lamb, and so he throws it out there. It's a way to kind of steal. It's a way to kind of steal a blocker by utilizing the RPO reads or RPO zone read bubbles. RPO read bubbles are the best type of RPO, and they've been the best type of RPO for a couple of years now because of their capability to stress a defense in really 3 directions as opposed to just 2 directions. So that being said here, 3rd and goal, ball on the 2-yard line, and Vilas is still in 6-1 here. And you're going to see that 88 is going to go to the fullback dive. Why go to the fullback dive? The main void in 6-1 is kind of right down the pike. If the user can't shoot it, this is all on Vilas' user with that safety on the right-hand side. Looks like he might check out of this into a stretch look now. See there, that quick audible to stretch. He got the safety out of position. He's able to bounce it to the outside, dives in, and not able to finish the run. And you see his facial expression, and we have a 4th and goal on the other side. Big point here as we kind of like get towards that end of the first half. We've seen one opening drive from Vilas. We've seen one opening drive from Mr. Football, and we've seen both of them at their core struggle to score inside the 5. And there he gets in with Poe on the fullback dive. That's why he's hyped. That's why he's pumped, because that's a huge 7. Because Mr. Football 88 gets the ball out of halftime, and he was also, if you look here at the bottom left with me, he was able to take all of Vilas' timeouts. So now Vilas is more than likely looking at a field goal. It's pretty hard to score with 49 seconds. Mr. Football is going to be playing defense in a specific way in which he's going to try to get you to have to settle for 3. And in Mr. Football's mind, he's thinking, when I come out of half, I have potential to go down and go up 14-3 and really gain control of this game if this all works out how he's planning it in his mind. So that is the kind of clock management aspect and some of that stuff at play here. And we're going to see Vilas. What we're going to see from Vilas here is probably his best passing. And here he's going to force feed this. This is the worst read of the tournament. I'm telling you boys, like this coverage is called so many times in a competitive Madden game this year. It is the number 1 coverage. You're going to see here, Vilas goes play action. He's got 2 streaks. He's going to read both of them. But really, the only read that would be open would be here. Or if the user goes with a streak, he's going to have maybe a check down. It's actually a terrible route combo, honestly, for the situation. Because it's just a bad route combo. And you're going to see that here. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Look at the play. You see middle third. He's not getting burned at all. This guy's taking this guy. This throw's not really there because you got it bracketed. The only throw is here. That's the only player you could throw the ball to against the most meta coverage that you're going to see in Madden all year long. So you see here, 88 switches, and I don't know what he thinks this zone is, but I think he thinks the zone's going more so over here. I don't. It's just a bad read at the end of the day, and 88 switch sticks to it. It's just a really bad read, and he throws that, and that's just not open. And 88 picks it, and now we're in a really, really interesting position. Because of Vilas Now, why did he throw that? A lot of different, hypotheses and reasons why he might have thrown that. If we just take it on face value that Mr. Football 88 scored and Vilas didn't, and 88 starting to kind of get control of the game, Vilas might have forced it. He might have pressed a little bit. And that's why, you can't win a game at the end of half, but you can definitely lose a game, right? It's like that adage. Here you see there's that streak curl combo that 88 ran to kind of attack that cover 4 shell. Yeah, I thought this was just a really, really bad play by Vilas. I don't know what he was trying to do there. And here, this is a bad play by 88. So, real quick, just so you can kind of see it, see the picture, because the replay is going to mess it up a little bit. So I'm going to try to pause it right when so you can see what's going on. So right here, okay. So this is trips tight end. So this is motion wide post. We have a little return route. We have a clear out streak from the inside trips receiver, a fade from the outside trips receiver that a pop cover 2, and then we block the running back, and we're going to have a short post to the tight end, okay? Now, Vilas does the standard coverage. These are very, like, Mr. Football 88 can literally picture this coverage in his head when he calls this play. This is an obvious coverage for trips, right? It's flat, it's deep quarter, middle third, or deep quarter, either way. And then we now have looks like a double flat with a hard flat and then like a cloud right here. So off rip, we know that is dead, and the read is tight end or return route, okay? We already know that. So the way you're going to make that decision is based off of this guy. You're watching the user. If the user bites, you're going to throw tight end. If the user stays or switch sticks, then you've got to get to here, okay? So that's kind of how this is playing out. And let's take a look at kind of how he does. So you see here, his user bites here. Very obvious bite. Then you get a switch stick here. So it's good defense by Vilas. Now, the interesting thing is, if 88 can see this just a little bit better, which it's hard to, this is why switch stick's so good. It's hard to, but if he really, what 88 should have done is when he saw this, his eyes should have gone here because this is the only player he can switch on to defend this route in real time. He bites. This is a touchdown. This is 100% a touchdown over the top of this player right here, but 88 doesn't see it. And honestly, so then he throws this, and it's a tight window. And 88 just kind of, I don't know if he messes up the user catch, or he just got a bad animation, or if he threw the ball poorly, maybe a combination of all three of those. Vilas is able to pick it, and now look, he's in the open field, and 88 just kind of let Vilas get back in his ball game. And you see his facial expression, knows big mistake in this game, into half scenario. Hard to win a game before half, really can lose the game before half. Right there, just in that real time. It's just even, honestly, if 88 passings had a little bit more left, he might even have that. Vilas goes the same. Like, what are we doing? I don't understand. Look at this. This is bad, boy. It's crazy that this is a live event. It's crazy to me. Look at this. What are we throwing? This stupid play, man. I'm being pretty critical of Vilas, but this is a stupid, to me. He's got other plays that are much better, and this is just an obvious call. We're going to go cover 4. It's not going to be anything else. It's been cover 4 all year. And I just don't know. Like, he's also on the right hash. I don't know what he sees here, but he's throwing a streak. He's got a streak. The only player that could potentially be open on this play is the crosser. And that's even probably covered by a quarter. I mean, he just doesn't give himself very many options. I feel like this was a really bad play. Part of the reason he's calling this play is because he doesn't have any timeouts, okay? So he's trying to attack the end zone. But look at this read. Like, he insta-throws that. Look at that. I don't know what he sees. Does he have, like, some kind of... He might have a user catch, maybe, that I've yet to see. But, I just felt like 2 really stupid interceptions, and it's kind of letting 88 not pay for his mistake either. So you're just seeing, two players making two big mistakes. And yeah, I just thought, yeah, love this play from 88. Almost threw another pick. I actually love the play though. This is a nice cover 4 beater. This is a play that I've been running a little bit out of normal close. But basically what he does is he actually blocks a tight end because he's playing 6-1. But you could get to it other ways. Anyway, he's going to motion this guy out here, and he's going to run that drag, and then he's got that nice post. So what you have here is that this inside quarter is going to get cleared out by the seam streak. The other really nice thing about this route combo is most people play cover 4, right? So this hard flat can't defend this guy. The only player that can defend Tyreek Hill is really this guy. And so what that does is it creates a need. You either have to switch stick here or you have to have a cloud flat. And so the beauty of that is if the switch, let's say he does that. So let's say Vila switch sticks here and plays that, then you're going to have this even more open. So anyhow, just take a look at this play real quick. You see here, right? This speed out is going to get open, and he's going to be able to get it without, stop the clock. Also, this backs up. He throws right in here. This is a possession catch. And I don't know why they can't, I don't know what's going on with the pass leading, but I feel like that was another pass lead mistake. The ball was thrown behind the receiver. It's got to be thrown on time in front. So I don't know what's going on with that, because that should have been an easy completion. It was actually a really nice play call. Now you're going to see that same motion out. This time he's going to run a high-low read to the right side. I don't love this route combo. It's kind of easy to switch it. I'd rather see the speed out, which the speed out would have been wide open. Vilas runs match, I think, or just cover 4. Anyway, he switch sticks to the corner. You got to check down here. Got to get out of bounds, which he does. Not terrible, but yeah, just kind of interesting. And I don't know why 88's and doubles when his main stuff is in bunch and trips. And this doubles Y off nasty. This is the first time we really seen this. And this is basically Eagles. If you look at it, there's that corner route. It's that post and that nice pocket. Nice read by 88 there. And again, this is just a lot about just being able to understand. One of the biggest things with offense is understand what coverage are they running and where are the holes. What is their base coverage show? Is it cover 4, cover 3, cover 2, cover or man? And what are the holes in the coverage? So it's base coverage shell for Vilas is cover 4. So we see it here, cover 4. But what's the hole in a cover 4? Well, when you space it out properly, you see that corner route, he might lurk that with that defender. But the nice thing about this play is you got that right there, and you got just enough space to hit that, threads the needle, a nice possession catch down, timeout, and now 50-yard line, 10 seconds. You need a couple more yards for field goal range. So he's going to stay in that doubles nasty. Probably going to be a speed out to the left side. No, he is going to check back into bunch. This should not be smash return. And let's take a look at this. So again, this is just my commentary on this, but there's not the problem with this, guys, is what coverage is Vilas going to call? He's going to call cover 4. Okay, we know this. We know this is the coverage. He might have a cloud somewhere. If it's anywhere, it's here, which is why this is cool. But to give yourself no corner or even a drag that you can catch and get out of bounds, it just baffles me. Because watch this play out. He has no timeouts. So if he catches the ball in the middle of the field, he can't score. So look what we get here. Look. Cover 4. Hard flat. Man's the tight end up. Look at this. This is dead. There's nothing there. There's nothing there. There's not a chance. This play does not have a chance to be successful. So we just lob it up. And we get picked. We lob it up. And by the way, we lob it up to a 5'9" guy against a 6'4" safety. Can't do that. And I just thought, And this is Mr. Football 88. And it's a pick six before half. You cannot win a game before halftime, but you can lose a game. Look at this, please. This is just so... Gosh, this is Mr. Football 88. The reason I keep saying that is Mr. Football 88 is a really good player. He's had a lot of success. I think he won a belt last year. I'm almost positive he did. He's been right there every single year. He plays, he's a great player. He's top at least, 20 in the world, top 15 in the world. He will go on to make the Madden MCS playoffs, I think the last 2, maybe 3 years. And this just can't happen. Like, there's not, if you put this drag here, look at this. There's nobody. This is a free 7 points. And who gets ball at half? 88 gets ball at half. It'd be 10-0 with 88's ball at half. I just thought this was one of the dumbest plays I saw all year. Like, ultimately, Hail Mary, whatever. But there was just never, like, if he would have been in any other play, like, I think it would have worked. He would have had something. Like, why didn't he run like a streak and a corner and a post and then a drag underneath, something like that? That is very popular. Or if we want to run, I just felt like this was really, really bad. It was a big mistake. And it just comes down to, look, he didn't give himself a chance. This play was over before it started. There's not a single chance that there's not a single route that's under 10 yards. Every single route is going over 10 yards. Excuse me. This is such a big mistake. And this is just, again, you cannot win a game before half. And my God, you can lose one. And I don't know. Maybe this is a cover 4 beater. I don't know. It didn't beat it. You gotta, gosh, there's gotta be something underneath that you can check down to and take your 3 points, and to just give yourself nothing. Like, his check down was this, I believe. And honestly, I will say, Vilas, the man coverage, played it really, really well. But Vilas literally could have been drinking his water with his controller on the ground, and this play wouldn't have worked. And you can't do that. Like, this can't happen. And then even more so, I think this part is just unfortunate for 88. Normally this doesn't happen. He gets the pick before half, and Joku got clipped on that right side. Like, that's just kind of, honestly, I mean, we could make that 80. It's not really 88's fault. That part is not the issue. And the fact that Vilas gets a free touchdown out of it is just kind of, pouring salt on the wound. But the play call itself was just terrible. Like, it just, I was very critical of Vilas early on. 88 comes back and makes a super big mistake in the middle of the game. And again, a lot of Madden, and especially at the higher level, is about limiting mistakes like that. 88's got to know that. I mean, this was just bad. I mean, that was just such a bad play call. Another thing you'll see here real quick with special teams, take a look at this real quick. We don't see this a lot. Take a look at his kicking meter. So you see here, see how he's doing this like middle of the road here? It has to do with the kick power of the kicker. So like in the game now, we have 99 kick power. You would actually want to do it like right here. But basically he kicks it all the way to the right, and then he kind of finds that sweet spot based on the kick power of your kicker, which at this point, I think Aubrey had 92 kick power. So that would be like right here. 99 kick power, it's really more like right here. Anyway, look where this ball goes to. You'll see that when he kicks this, watch where the ball lands. And this is something that's prepared in advance. It lands right here. So the reason that's significant is because if 88 chooses to return this, then you're going to have a pretty good chance 4-on-4. It's hard to break that for a touchdown. Especially now in the game where you have a lot of hit stick fumbles, because the other thing about kickoff return, you can't be on conservative, so you could fumble on kickoff return. So there's risk reward. So anyways, bottom line is if the ball lands right where it's going to land here, take a look. Instead of going to the 30-yard line, it's going to the 20-yard line. So it's a 10-yard difference. So anyway, just something little about how that kind of plays out. All right, so here we go, second half. Going to start out with that RPO zone read. Just simply get to a hash. Real nice play against 6-1. And we'll see if 88 can kind of recover from that end of half, because that was a massive mistake. And this is the play I believe 88 ultimately wants to run. He wants to run this play right here for the most part. So you see here, Bosha post, good switch stick from Vilas. He's just going to rob back to the post. And then basically 88 is going to have to check down. But this is the beauty of having good pressure. He gets pressured, he gets sacked, and now it's a 2nd and 21. So 2nd and 21, really just from Vilas being able to kind of like anticipate, oh, he's running motion wide post, most popular play in the game. You know, he's going to go back to this play for much. It's been kind of his main play. He's ran it a lot. Now he's going to check into motion cross post, ID in that outside corner. And here we go again. Just going to pepper that left side seam. So what does Vilas do? Vert hooks. That means the ball should go here. He's late on the read. He misses it. So then the user is going to be able to lurk this curl. Vilas is already running to it. And there's nothing there. There's nothing there. He's going to have to scramble out and try to get a couple yards. And oh my goodness, that cannot happen. This is another mistake by Vilas, man. Like, gosh darn, man. This is just... Look at this real quick with me. So you see he actually gets the pressure, by the way. So it already forces this roll. But watch what this is. So again, this is an inside quarter, and this is probably a middle third. The curl, I think what might happen is this guy might cross the middle third. Maybe that's what the read is. But I mean, you see, he takes him off of it instead of just staying on it with a user. He takes the deep zone out of the way. And then look at this. I don't know what this zone does. It just breaks. And 88 has a chance for a huge play. But because of the pressure, he can't get it. And Vilas gets saved, honestly. He gets saved there. That should have been a touchdown. And it really was a mistake on Vilas' part because the user bad. So, anyway, there's just a lot of... This is just one of the most interesting games I've seen this year. So, anyway. All right, we're going back to that doubles. 88 loves this little double set. Kind of surprised how much he actually goes to it. This was right when Eagles was kind of becoming the meta, or was kind of, I guess, cementing itself as the meta. And he hits this right here. Kind of an interesting route combo. And somehow able to get 14 yards on that. All right, 4th and 7. Let's see if he's able to pick this up. Goes go doubles close. It's a huge 4th down out of half. This game really flipped significantly. Smash return. Old Faithful, man. This is such a good play. Let's see if he's able to make the read. He is. This is just a good play. And he gets KO'd. And honestly here, he kind of throws it a step behind. He's uncomfortable. He rolls out. He throws it just a second late. But he does set his feet. He does throw it. And this should be a possession catch, fall down animation, and he just gets a bad animation. At the end of the day, right there, that's primarily bad animation, and that's why KOs are in the game, Kind of just got a little bit of a bad animation there. Really was a good play call, but now Vilas gets ball, and we're kind of in a back and forth, just interesting battle. Really haven't seen a lot of Vilas' offense, honestly. But he's going to go now. So 88's kind of sticking with Dollar. So Vilas is going to stick with this halfback zone run. Excuse me. Not going to be able to get much. And that's going to make it a 3rd and 15, which actually brings me to a point. This is an NFL statistic that I heard. I was watching an interview with Tom Moore, which if you don't know who Tom Moore is, he's like one of the best offensive coaches ever. And he has a saying that is, he has all these like football sayings. It's actually a crazy combo there by Vilas, which I wanted to highlight that real quick, and then I'll go back to the Tom Moore thing. So take a look at what we get here. So we get verticals, okay? This is a good play. This is a good play. Why is it a good play? Because we stem down the corner, and then we're using that corner to not only attack zone, but to pull flats that way. As you see, it pulls these guys that way. And because it's a vertical route, even pull this guy a little bit. So then you pop this little running back streak, kind of right in this little soft spot. And you see here, just so much space to be able to be thrown right there. Good combo. Anyway, the thing I was going to say about Tom Moore that we saw from 88, he took that big sack on the drive, and it kind of ended the drive for him. There's an NFL statistic that's like 7% of the time, if a quarterback takes a sack on a drive, 7% of the time that drive will end up in a touchdown. And the basic idea is you don't want to be taking sacks. You want to be throwing the ball away. You want to be getting rid of the ball if you get under pressure like that. Negative plays are killers, both in this year's Madden and also in the real NFL. So we see a nice stem down corner. Now we're going to go with a hitch. Kind of a, just a little change up route, really attacking the same spot, but he's a little hitch there. Good read. And he's kind of dot 88 now. Now we're starting to see some of the dots. And again, the main difference is if they're going to sit in cover 4 all game, you got to pepper underneath. You can't just keep forcing it into the deep zones. So let's see here, force 88 to place him underneath. There's his money play. This is his money play. This right here should have been called so many more times in the first half. Little out, little zig, and then look on the right side. Now we got a little 5-yard out and a running back. This is the 5-out play. And the cool part is, guess what? This is pretty much all hot routes. Like you could do this out of shotgun. I mean, this is a really, really nice combo from Vilas here. And you're going to see, look at this out route. Watch how this out route does. If that's a flat route, there's no way he gets this amount of yards. But what he's able to do, Vilas, is his eyes immediately on the left side flat. He sees he cover twos this. He can throw that right at a cloud. And look what he's able to do. He's going to throw this at the 16-yard line, able to catch, turn up field. That's a 7-yard gain, as opposed to if it's a flat route, you're probably only getting maybe 2 yards. And it has the capability to be able to beat man coverage as well, especially off coverage man, which is very popular at $1. So really, really like that play, and I wish I would have seen it. Wish that would have been called more throughout the game. There's Big Poe, backfield pistol bunch, and Vilas. This is where you got to get that 7. This is a big 7 here, because this is going to be ending the third quarter with 7. Get stopped on second and goal with that halfback zone. And we're going back to this. 5 wide. Vilas has to have an idea for what the coverage is. It's a little screen almost. A little screen rollout glitch play. So if you guys didn't know, on screen passes, if you have the conductor or master tack ability, you can hot route on screens if you audible to the screen and then instantly hot route twice. So what he does is he hot routes to the screen. He instantly out routes this guy. And I believe corner routes this guy. The beauty of a screen pass is you get an instant rollout, so it's hard to keep you in the pocket. So the whole idea is he's going to roll out, he's going to look to either run, or he's going to look to throw one of his out routes to the right side. You see, automatically, this side of the field really is irrelevant, other than like a backside drag. But look what he's able to do. The contain doesn't get there. He's able to roll out, and he just gets leverage on the defender, and he's able to make a nice throw. It's a great red zone play. And really, really nice. Really, really nice drive. Everything in the first half aside, that was the best drive of the game from Vilas. And really nice. So now 88 gonna have an opportunity to go down and tie the ball game. And we're about 5 minutes, and I think we're 5 minutes, 11 seconds left in this game. 88 did use a timeout, which is not good. 88 did call a timeout, and that is really bad. You don't want to be burning those second half timeouts. Again, 88 knows that. And Vilas has 3 timeouts. 88 has 2. That's really significant in terms of as we kind of get down into the final, kind of the final piece of this game here. He's going to go back to this combo, and I don't know why. Is that a bomb? No, that is not a bomb. And this is something, again, like, if this is a middle third, this is probably a touchdown. But also notice that the safeties, he's not running double safety go. So double safety go, this safety would be here. Okay? And he would be on a middle third, and then this comeback would pull this guy, and so then this like all of this space over here is open. Okay. What Vilas is doing is this guy's back several yards, so he can get back, and then you're gonna see here post. Yeah, it's totally a cover 4 quarters bomb. And it just doesn't work. So what'll happen from time to time within match coverage, and this is where you just don't know, like, you don't know what Vilas was calling. If he calls cover, if Vilas calls cover 4 quarters, what normally happens is this inside. Okay, so he middle thirded. That's the difference. That is what happened. Okay, so he middle thirds. Vilas middle thirds. This guy. The reason that can work is because he's backed off 10 yards. If he was up here and he was on a middle third, this will be a free touchdown. But what 88 is thinking Vilas is doing is he's thinking that this is an inside quarter and it has a match principle, so that when 88 puts this post here, watch this quarter, you'll see he would bite here if it was a match quarter. It's an inside third, so he lets it go. You can see that. And 88 just trusts in the Lord. And it's not there. And Vilas gets a huge interception. And kind of like the first half, gets a huge return. Puts him into field goal range. And now the entire game script flips because Vilas can go up 2 possessions and run some clock here and put 88 in a bad spot. At the end of the day, 88 called a bomb, and the bomb wasn't there, and 88 forced it. I think he thought it was a zone that it wasn't at the end of the day, which has happened to literally everybody that's ever played Madden. All right. So you see here, early second 11, ran the ball. Got some nice yardage there. It's going to be a 3rd and 4. And we got shoe clock on for Vilas. He's trying to see there's the clock management. Another big factor, 88 only has 2 timeouts. I feel like 88 kind of played one of his worst tournament games in a big moment. Love this route combo by Vilas. So Vilas here is anticipating this coverage. He's anticipating inside quarter, flat, and then, whatever happens on the right happens. He wants to block his tight end to block the blitz. So he goes with this play. I love this route. Out route, whip, and then a nice little corner route. The right move would be for 88 to switch here and take that, which is then might leave like a Texas route or running back streak open. Really, really nice route combo situationally from Vilas. So he's got the pressure. 88's lurking here. And then the corner just 88 actually goes man. But the corner cooks. And Vilas takes his touchdown. And that's a good call. It's a good play call by Vilas situationally. Does a really nice job there of calling a play. Again, one of the great lines, man, it actually came from Tom Landry, legendary Cowboys coach, who said, anticipation will beat reaction every time. Think about that for a minute. And then think about how much of Madden are you anticipating versus reacting to. 88 is reacting to the play that Vilas puts on the field. Vilas is anticipating the defense and then putting out little tweaks to his play to be able to attack it. It's a huge point just in terms of how the game plays. It gives up a touchdown again. This is terrible, by the way. And I just gave Vilas some credit. Vilas' defense, I don't know if it was just his defense was bad. I don't really know. Like, his switch stick is what's, to me, just, I think his switch stick's bad is what it, more so. But anyway, you get this, okay? Situationally, if 88 throws this post, that is not the end of the world. He's caught in bounds. And you do it again, right? It's not the end of the world if he throws that post. So what Vilas do? I'll just switch stick here and bite on the post. And that's a freaking touchdown. That's a touchdown. That's a touchdown. 88 doesn't see it. already throwing the running back, and still kind of throws the ball in, ironically, the same area of the field. I just thought that was the second time this game that had happened, and it just kind of goes to show you got to be a little bit better situationally. And that's one of the big things, man. Situational football is so big in these tournament games. Love that play from 88. Only problem is it got you 6 yards when you need a lot more. But good completion. He did not run as much motion post as I thought he was going to. And his setup of motion post is very the same. Oh, that sucks. So here, 88 is wanting to throw this here. Vilas actually does a really good job. He switch sticks here, and this is actually really good. He fakes like he's going to go guard that, and then he stays on this deep fade. So watch. Right there, 88 was like, I'm going to throw here. He fakes, stays on. The throw is here, but now by that time the tight end stopped running, and the pressure got there just in time. Again, half second late, half second early. The ability to anticipate. Vilas anticipated that really well with his switch stick. That was probably his best defensive play of the game, in my opinion. Because that could have very easily been a big play out of bounds or a big touchdown over the top, and it ends up being an incompletion. 3rd and 4, goes back to this again, trying to hit this bomb. He keeps going to this, by the way. And now watch. See how he stays on. Not able to get it. And again, check down. Inbounds, clock's ticking, 2 timeouts. 88 can't call timeouts here. He has to score. But again, why not throw more speed outs? It's been a cover 4 pretty much every play. I'm just not hitting the open spaces. Hits it there, but again, inbounds, it's kind of hurting you because you're just constantly losing clock. Traditional setup of motion wide post, take the running back flat, out of bounds. And here, Vilas just got done saying, great defensive play. Why are we running cover 2 hard flat with an inside quarter when the only play 88 is called from trips every time this has been a fade? Hate that play call. Yeah, it's just free. That's his first read on the route combo, too. So, didn't love that play call. And Vilas, just bad situational football. A lot of, like you played cover 4 there, you forced him in the bounds. Now we give him a free touchdown, and we kind of let him hang around a little bit. You see this a lot from newer top-tier players. They'll make some bad situational mistakes that can ultimately come back and cost them, too. Kind of interesting combo from 88. Yeah, just not a great combo there. He's going to onside. The main reason that he has to onside here, by the way, is because of his timeout situation, primarily. He probably might still, but you get a lot of onsides this year, but not able to get it, and Vilas is going to get the ball. Now, why this situation is important now is Vilas is up by 8 points, and he's already in field goal range. So all he has to do is run the ball and take 3, and he kind of puts himself in a pretty favorable position to win. So here, 88 is going to call timeout number 1. Here's your second run. Notice he's running the counter. It's a really, really good run because of those pulling guards. 88 is going to take a second timeout, and now we got a 3rd and 4, 2 minutes, 27 seconds left. If you're Vilas, if you get a first down here, you probably win the game. So he might pass here. He does look like he is going to send the running back out. Have a block tight end combo. Pretty simple route combo here. High-low on the left side. Looks to out route first. Corner route no. And able to scramble up. Should slide down. Good job. Slide down and bounce. And that is probably going to do it. Little Wildcat. Shoe clock is on. 88 might get the ball back with a couple of seconds. But this is effectively good. A lot could be learned from this. And again, I was pretty critical of really both sides throughout different parts of this matchup. One of the things I do want to say, obviously they're there and I'm not. And obviously they're 2 of the best players in the world. Especially 88 ends up going on to make the MCS playoff and took Young Kiv right down to the wire. I just felt like in one of the biggest games of both of these guys' careers, 88 would have gone on to a finals because this was a semifinal matchup against Clef, kind of a wide open tournament, and Vilas ends up making his first finals against Clef in kind of a crazy game against 88, in which I think you can learn a lot about Madden through not only the things these guys did well, but also some of the mistakes they made in different types of situations. So I wanted to thank you for watching this video, and hopefully you enjoyed Vilas versus 88.